Hi, it's Paul here.
Hi, it's Stewart.
This is Best of the British, and this week we reviewed Before Dawn. Before Dawn is a zombie horror film mixed with a domestic drama, an interesting combination of character development in the midst of a zombie uprising. It's groundbreaking stuff, as I've never seen a film attempt to marry the intimate character-led drama with a scary survival film. Before Dawn is intelligent, fresh, and a compelling watch.
That's the end of the world. So what really drew us to this film was last week we reviewed Inbred, which we noticed had Paddy from Emmerdale in, Dominic Brunt. And we're aware that he runs the Leeds Zombie Film Festival, which we've been meaning to go to for a while, and that he's made his first feature film, which is Before Dawn, which is this one, and along with his wife Joanna, and we thought it'd be a really good idea to check them out because they are kind of local in the sense that they're based in Yorkshire with us.
Filmmakers.
They're part of this kind of network, so we thought it'd be a good idea to check their film out.
What do you think?
It's lovely.
So the plot's about a struggling couple, played by Dominic and Joanna. They decide to go to a remote country cottage to try and rebuild their relationship, really. I mean, they're very much on the rocks. But yeah, when they're there, unfortunately, the zombie apocalypse kicks off.
Typical.
But it's not really done tongue-in-cheek, though. It's very kind of
It's
gritty.
played very seriously.
Yeah, which was refreshing, really. It was good.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic, and I think you had this very serious domestic drama going on, and the zombie thing didn't play into it at all.
No. You're allowed time with the characters, which was nice. Scenes breathe, and you're allowed to really care for the characters, and understand their little intimate details, and that their relationship is given to you as a character, as an audience, which you don't necessarily get with a lot of horror films. So you're allowed to care before they go on this massive journey, and the action kicks off. I thought the performances were the standout thing for this film for me. Particularly Joanna's performance. It was just cracking. It really was great. And without trying to give too much away, there are transformative moments in the film for both characters, and their journey is very believable. And Joanna's character is a very physical character to start with, but it's her emotional portrayal of her character, which it just felt so real. kind of trying to get this across, but you felt like you were truly watching their relationship, which is a strange one because they are obviously married as well.
In real life, so
it must have took a lot of confidence to do a film like that and be so open and so honest. It was, very, very powerful. Yeah,
and then if you're one of those people who doesn't care about the drama stuff, once the zombies come, it's a pretty good film in that respect. And there's one really standout scene in the garage where he's fighting a zombie around a Land Rover, which is absolutely fantastic. It's so claustrophobic, and I did watch the behind the scenes on the DVD.
It's great behind the scenes on the DVD.
It's a really good behind the scenes, but they had such a limited time to film it, so it's very run and gun, and they had to paint out a lot of lights in post-production and things like that. But it works really well.
What I liked about that scene particularly was the rawness to it, and I think that's kind of like a signature style almost of the whole film. It feels incredibly real and incredibly raw. You feel it when Dominic's character has to take out the zombie for the first time. You can feel that guilt and that kind of pressure that's on him, and it's not an American. They're running around shooting guns and stuff. He just grabs anything in the garage and he's hitting this guy, and he keeps coming. And
he doesn't die.
Yeah, until he has to kill him. So that was a real kind of interesting scene, really good.
Yeah, and I think as well the zombies really drive the drama from then on, and shows really what his character will go to protect the one he loves, and it really has some quite dangerous questions, really, of what you would do, really, to save your wife.
Very thought-provoking stuff, really.
Yeah.
It pushes you as an audience into tough areas.
Yeah.
I really love the structure of this film. I'm a big structure fan anyway, but it reminded me of From Dusk Till Dawn. With the fact that you're presented with one story and then it very much spins, and in this case it was when the zombies came in, the whole tale spinned off. But it didn't do that cheesiness that From Dusk Till Dawn does. Don't get me wrong, I love that film, but it goes into some quite cheesy, strange areas, whereas this one, it always kept its heart. You always cared about the characters and you always wanted to know what was going to happen next with them. It was this whole massive world is being ripped apart by zombies, but you are focused on their intimate relationship.
They never, in fact, show much of anything outside the world, apart from a few comments from a character.
There's a really great scene, which I absolutely love, with Dominic in silhouette, trying to contact his children.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Really powerful and minimalistic filmmaking almost, but done to an absolute T. It was really nice. That.
One thing as well I want to talk about is the zombie makeup and effects was really good.
That was
considering
really good, that.
It was a low budget film. It did a really good job of that. There's not many zombies in the film. There's not like crowds of zombies or anything, but every encounter is important. Like each zombie was made up really well. The blood and gore effects were really good, but they weren't overdone in any silly way.
So I suppose overall, it's a strange zombie film for me, because I don't know, it's something that I've not seen before. Heartwarming in a way, gut wrenching in other ways. You do get a whole roller coaster ride. It's really, really strong. And to say it's a directorial debut, you wouldn't be able to. I don't know. You wouldn't think that from the off, because it's very well accomplished.
Definitely.
All the elements fit together really nicely.
It's nice to be out of the city.
Yeah, me and you, a long way from everything.
So part of the reason why we're watching these films, especially first feature films like these guys have made, is because we're going to make our own first feature film this year. It's all a learning experience for us, as it was for them, I'm sure. I mean,
an entertaining learning experience.
Exactly. We get to watch these great films.
We get to watch brilliant British films.
And see how other people have done it. But we're looking to make our first feature, and you watch this, which is another first feature, and it's a brilliant film. I mean, it's not the perfect film. There are little technical problems as a filmmaker myself, I can see, but I see how they overcame that, and I see what they did with the time and the technology they had.
They didn't have a lot of time, they didn't have a lot of money. From the behind the scenes, they didn't have a vast amount of crew. Who they did have, which was quite interesting, the director of Colin.
Oh really?
Yeah, he was on board very early on and helped out a lot. And again, that's a cracking first feature film. I love the originality and the pushing of the boundary that takes place in low budget, certainly British independent filmmaking. And that's what we want to be part of, really. That's what we love about these kind of films. And Dominic's film was great for that, and I can't wait to see the next one.
It'd be very interesting to see what he does next. After this, it'd be very good.
So Dominic's actually set to direct his second feature film, The Taking, which is a crime-based drama, from what I can kind of gather off the internet. But he's said himself that it's a huge and ambitious leap forward, so it's really something we're looking forward to, because if it's going to build on the success of the first film, it should be something really special, so it should be great.
Another interesting fact is that Mitchell and Brunt Productions, or Brunt Mitchell Productions, however which way it is round.
Mitchell and Brunt Films,
they executive produced Whoops, which is a film by local York-based filmmakers who we're very familiar with. Milestone Films. And they got into Raindance Festival. I know they took it to Cannes last year.
Amazing reviews at Raindance.
It looks really good. Unfortunately, we haven't had a chance to see it yet. Which is really annoying. But it's currently touring the country with Raindance at the moment to view cinemas, so that's really interesting. So it looks like they're trying to kind of expand out and connect with local filmmakers there.
Exactly. A good slate of films, really.
So that's it for this week's Best of British. We hope you've enjoyed our review of Before Dawn. We'll be back next week where we will be reviewing
Comes a Bright Day.
So we'll see you then. Bye. So that's it for this week's Breast of British. Breast of British. That's the porn.
That's the late night review.